Well, hello again. Okay, back to what we were talking about. I went ahead and got on a different character here for a couple of reasons. I wanted to show you this thing here first. Um, and let me build up to this for a second. I talked to you a minute ago. Well, actually, it may not have been a minute ago. Some of you might have watched it like a week ago or whatever. Forget that. But I said there are other ways to get amplifiers that you want to the level you want a little bit more reliably. That's what I'm going to talk about. Once you hit 75, there's some things you can do to really improve your chances of, and improve the gear that you have, but improve your chances of getting the right amplifiers. Now, I'm not going to go into all of those different ones because this will turn into like a 5-hour video, but what I think we'll cover really quickly is some ways to help you, kind of an overview of them, so that you can load up on the different mods and stuff without having to worry too much about spending a lot of money. Because as we already stated when we were looking at this thing earlier, it's kind of like sitting at the roulette wheel. I mean, you can throw that little white, or well, you don't get to, but the guy running the wheel does. Throws that thing in there and it spins. I mean, the chances of you getting exactly the number you want, probably kind of weak, you know? So you got to spend some money in there. Now, let's take a look real quick here on the screen over here at what we're looking at, and that is right here we got this thing here, the conquest log. Now you can get to the conquest log by holding down control, I believe it's like control, or L, I'm sorry, hitting the L key. Then you want to go to conquest. I mean, you can look at your missions and that sort of thing. Okay, hang on, I don't know what the story is there, we don't need that. Oh, that was that thing I was telling you about. Like if you just come out of your internet, it can goof up your game. Anyway, like Internet Explorer, sorry. Anyway, what we're looking at here is the conquest log. A couple of different things on the conquest log. Number one, this progress bar. As you do things, weeklies and so forth, you're going to get conquest points. Don't get confused with renown. Don't get that confused with renown, because you get renown at a different rate, a far better rate actually than conquest points. But you can affect this overall thing here. Like you'll notice I've got 48,000 renown points right there. I don't have diddly in. But this character just started out for the week, so that's cool. A couple of different things. Number one, this guy right here, small conquest equipment crate. Another thing is what you get by meeting your conquest target for the week, which your target's 50K. So if you get 50,000 conquest points, you're going to get all of this stuff here. You get all of that. This guy right here is pretty important to you because that's where you're going to get your sets and your better mods and little parts and such, pieces. Little guy right here, the what do they call it? Tactical. You want that guy. So you're going to get a lot of that better stuff from out of this box right here. And another nice thing is when you reach this thing right here and you meet your maximum there, you got your, you get a little reward. You get all this stuff here. It all falls in your pocket. But you also get this deal here if you belong to a good crew. Now, the guild I belong to, we don't really spend a lot of energy on like, hey, let's all get our maximum amount of conquest points and win our name on a planet or something. Which is cool, if you want to do that, but like I've got a lot of other things happening in my life, and I can't just sit in front of this thing and build up 2,745,815 conquest points to compete with some of these people. And you think I'm kidding, but there's people doing it. So like, at any rate, if you meet the guild meets its total, which, it's not really that hard for most of these guilds. We don't even try in ours, and we meet it every week. So, and in that, if you meet your total, the guild also gets these items down here. See, as a matter of fact, to make it look a little simpler, see, to let you be able to see it a little better, I left this up because this character, and this is the reason why I took this character here, which I need to calm down so everybody can understand what I'm saying. But this is the reason why I got into this character today, is because This is the first time I've gotten on it this week, and last week he met his conquest reward. So da 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 da, he got the reward right there, which was you get to you get all this junk here. I say junk, it's good stuff. Um, yeah, you get all this stuff here, and that right in there, that's that large conquest equipment crate that you want. And then you get to pick from all the different stuff here. Don't tell anybody I picked the satchels. They're always like, hey, give me that. No, they don't care. But like, if you want some of this stuff for your guild flagship, I mean, ours is loaded down with all kinds of stuff anyway. So, but anyway, you pick the thing you want. A little more junk to build stuff for people with. And then you hit accept, and you're going to bump up your tech fragments and all the other stuff for the week. You know, so you hit that and you go, thank you. By the way, you're close to your tech fragments thing, so keep that in mind. So anyway, back over here. This is V. He's hanging out down there at the house there at Nar Shaddaa with the wife, Jaisa, taking in some views. Probably going to hit the town, take a look at a few things down in the, you know, the districts. Have a drink or two, see what's going on. Maybe even go to the disco and, you know, trip over a mouse droid on the way out the door. So, but anyway, come on back out here. Yeah, I just stay here. Another character owns this. I don't even just hang out here because it's a nice place. But okay, so back over here at the Legacy Storage Facility, and let me get this guy back over here first. So we were talking about amplifiers, and you know all the gear that you have that you're going to be taking in. In our inventory here, we just took in these items here. This yellow item. That's something that we definitely want to get a copy of, want to get one of those. Inside of this satchel, for those of us who craft, right-click that guy. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there that could benefit you. So you're going to get one of these renown crates. Now, here's the thing. If you aren't yet 75, like say you're 68 or whatever, and you're meeting your you know, you get one of these, hang on to it. Or you're 75 and you don't yet have 306 gear. Hang on to the gold ones. Don't open them, just hang on to them. And the reason why I say that is this thing averages out the gear that you're going to get. Basically what that means is, like, let's say you had 255. Well, you wouldn't have 255. Let's say you're starting out at 268. Then you're probably going to get a 269, 270 item. That's cool. Well, why not get 306 items? Less chances of, and here's the beauty of it all. The real beauty is, you know, one of the things I hate the most is you've opened up an item and it's got a gold amplifier that I really can use. It's cool, you know, it's wonderful. But guess what? It's a 302 item. So I'm not really going to be able to use that. So wait till you're 306, open those things, because those are the set pieces. And so, like, hang on to them in your little legacy bucket here. Or I'm sorry, in your personal bucket, because those are actually bound to you. And then once you open them up and you get the stuff out that's legacy bound, then you can stick it in here. But until then, hang on to those. And I guess they're bound for a good reason, because otherwise people would probably get a bunch of them on their lower level characters and then send them, yeah, to their higher geared characters for opening. That would probably defeat the purpose. So at any rate, we come up here to the gear and all the stuff we've got. Look at that, everything's all rammed together. I need to like edit this thing here or something. I had the thing set to like widescreen and it was just like too wide. I mean, it was just too much. I mean, the thing's on like a 43-inch screen, and it gets to where you're like, feel like you're at the drive-in theater. I mean, you can't tell what in the world's going on. So I had to make it a little smaller, and I guess got off target here. So there we go. That's a little bit easier to see what's going on. So at any rate, let's get back over here with the character, and there's our stuff. Okay. In here, I got all of the junk that I've been collecting over the days from all the other characters and all different people who have been, or all different characters who have been running this thing. What I like to do is, down here you see, this is my new character set. You know, one of them's for defense, one of them's for offense. So like if you got a tank, you put this set on. You got a regular DPS person, you put this set on, or a healer. And basically, what I do is as soon as somebody hits 30 or hits 75, I put the 306 gear on them. Boom, they got good gear. It's not the best gear in the world, but it's good gear, and that gets them going. Then they've got a choice of all of these different items. Now, here's where the thing comes in with the amplifiers. What I do is I'm opening up all these boxes, and you're going to get a whole truckload of these guys, these renowned cache, and you're going to get a whole truckload of these large conquest. You can get up to 3 of these things a week, okay? Because you get the one from meeting your goal. Remember we said that if you come in here and you hit the L key, and then you take a look at your conquest, you meet your goal, you get one of these guys, okay? The one that I just opened up, okay? See, because I haven't gotten this one yet for this week. The one that I just opened up was the thing from last week where the guild met their conquest. So every Tuesday, everybody gets a fresh one from what the guild did. You know, you get a choice and you open that thing up. So I intend to go out and get another one. So that I'll get another one here for meeting my conquest. And then if you go to Onderon and do the weekly there, you'll get a third one. You know, you get a third one of the yellow crates, and you want to hang on to those guys until you get to where your gear is at 306. And this is exactly the reason why I keep a full set of defense and a full set of offensive gear sitting around, so that like if I got a new character that hits 75, I slap that on their back, then they can immediately start opening these set gear point or set boxes to get their best gear out of there. Okay, here's another little trick I like to do. You're going to get a whole bunch of junk, sell it, even if it is 306, but keep in mind where you're headed. So like what I do here is you take a look at this guy, that particular piece, okay, it has efficient treasure hunting on it. Now, it's gold. I don't have to do anything at all to benefit from the maximum value on that particular amplifier. So what you're wanting to do is when you're selling this stuff, you're out there, as you proceed through your stuff. See, I've got 3 of these guys. This one here, if I get another one of these and I notice that it's gold, I'm going to dump the one that's purple. I mean, you don't need to have 75 of these things. It's just not necessary. But you can go through these things. Like there's a green one. We're going to dump that. You know, there's a blue one. We might keep it for a while, but what we want to do is ultimately fill this thing up with nothing but yellows and nothing but the ones we need for our characters. So over the course of time, you're going to get a lot of these things, and you might as well sell them and make the money off of it. Sell all of these guys and make the money off of it. But as you go, when you get one that's got a good thing, drop it in there. Like if you get a gold, put it on there. You get a gold, put it on there. Get rid of the one that's here, sell it. Okay, another thing that happens is along the way, you're going to get, wow, look at that. I really need to get rid of one. I got too many sets. Look at this. I thought I only had one. I guess I've got 4. Or 2. I had 4. Well, I need to get rid of some of this. So at any rate, there's some money I can make. I'll go through here and like, for example, on this one, it's better than, oh, that one's the better one, so it wins. The only difference is that one's a defense set and this one's not a defense set. So, but like as you can see, that one there, it says Tech Wizardry is at 1.0%. So that's as good as it gets on that particular item. And this is the same concept that we want to apply to pretty much everything else that we're doing here. So like on these guys right here, look at this. Periodic restoration. Okay? What is, you're going to want that on your healing guy. And so if I'm correct on which one that is, like for example, my character here happens to be a marauder, so he wants periodic damage. You know, you want to get periodic damage on everything you've got and max that dude out, because that'll really bump you up as a marauder. And it makes a difference. It's funny, it gets to a certain point and then all of a sudden, bam, it just, I mean, you're just like Zeus or something. So at that point, like we go through all of these, you'll notice some of them doesn't mean a whole lot. I just ended up replacing all of these because I recently outfitted myself in another set. And so now I'm having to go in and, build up my cash again. But yeah, you're going to hang on to all of these things and keep them. Uh, and as you go, if you find something that is better, get rid of the old one, sell it, and then I got to get rid of a lot of this stuff. There's just too much junk sitting in here. But sell it and keep the ones that are gold. Keep those because, like I said, in order, so here's a piece right here. Let's just take a look real fast. Here's a piece, and this isn't even the set that I'm going to ultimately use on this character. It's just what I've got for right now. It's a good set, but it's not the best you can get for a Marauder. I mean, while you're out there, why not wear something halfway decent? At least you're kicking the doors down while you're out there. So if I bring this up and take a look at it, okay, and I don't have everything I want in here. And like in this one, I would definitely want the damage, that's going to be set for like a Marauder, which is, for dots. It's the, seeing this kind of stuff escapes me. This is one of the reasons why I don't stick to these fancy words and stuff. I just can't remember all the acronyms. But it's damage that takes place, recurring damage. And so you'll want that kind of thing in your amplifier at that point. So what I'm saying in this is, there's obviously people that know more about the specifics of how this particular damage does this particular thing and what the numbers are for crunching that. Now I can work those numbers, but the complexities of it, that's not my area. What I'm talking about here with you guys is how do we get the things that we need the cheapest and the easiest. And that's what I'm all about, is cheap and easy. Maybe that's not what I meant, but well, at any rate. So in here, we're taking a look at, and I've got all these different sets and everything. They've been added. So when I got the set, you'll notice on here, let me take a look at this guy. Oh, you can't look at it from inside the Legacy store. Okay, so you take a look at this guy. This particular one's a 306. This particular one's a 306, and this one's a 304. Now, this is the point I was making earlier. Is sometimes when if you're real low level on this, you're going to get a bunch of these that are like 275, 280, 260. You're going to have to replace everything when you get it. And, that can be costly. And a lot of times what ends up happening is you just got to put something in there and you end up eating up all the ones that you've been saving for whomever. In this particular case, successful slicing. I mean, this character doesn't use that, so why end up, using a yellow, which is exactly what you need. 306 item. I mean, I've got a person that does defense for that. Use that. But here's the thing. I'm saving it. So I got somebody that uses defense, but they've got a full set of what they need. So they're not going to wear this, okay? And not only that, but they have augments in their set. And so, those things are expensive. That's $100,000 to stick an augment in there. I'm not switching equipment out. So here's the deal. Why not just come along and right-click this and spend 77,534 credits to move it over here, where you can put it back into your item that you have. I mean, so let's say I took this out of here. I can put it in my pants over here and then add that. You see what I'm saying? I've already done something like periodic intensity. That's what I was talking about. I couldn't remember it earlier. I've already got that on my character. I mean, I've been doing that here. But what if I didn't have it? What, for example, that other item had this. I do biochem, and so what I did was I went to a unit like this pair of pants right here, took the critical biochem out, paid $77,000 for it, boom, dropped it in. No roulette table, no sitting there. I'll put 50 on red 12. None of that business. Just $77,000 up front. It was more money than it cost me to do the thing here, because say you clicked on one of these. We'll do one on this one. You clicked on this one and you wanted to recalibrate. Your cost is going to be 20,000 gold initially, or gold. We're not playing World of Warcraft here. 20,000 credits initially, and maybe you get it, maybe you don't. What's your chances of getting it? Well, let's take a look at how many options we had. We looked at that the last time. There's quite a bit of them. And so, the chances of landing on that are kind of slim. Um, I think it's better to just take the 77, put your thing on there, and go. So I hang on to all of these guys. If I get a piece of equipment that's got a yellow in it, like that one right there, successful slicing, I'm hanging on to it. Now, don't just evacuate it, because one of the things I found, I can't remember whether they still do this or not, but if you take it out, it's bound to you. So, and I'm not going to do one of these to find out right now if it still does that, but it used to do that. If you take it out, it's bound to you. You can't put it back in the legacy rack right here. This is the legacy stronghold storage. All the characters are using it. There's like 8 others, especially for you guys that are legacy people who have done all 8 classes and all stuff. You don't want to do that. So I keep all of these ones that have got a yellow on them. And of course I got a full set of this, a full set of that, a full set of this. But I've also got the loose items sitting around here. Like there's one with successful bioanalysis on it. So I do bio. I want to use that. Great. Unfortunately, I don't use a blaster rifle, so I'll put that on my sniper. Well, not the rifle, but the item. As you can see, take it out of there. I'll put this mod on my sniper. And let him benefit from that. So that's what that's my suggestion to you, is that instead of spending 20,000 on the first one, 21,000 on the second one, 23,000 on the third one, and 26,000 on the fourth one, which by that time, you've already, because you're not going to be guaranteed to get this the very first time, every time. As a matter of fact, a lot of people tell me it's like 10 to 13 times that you got to hit this thing before you actually get exactly what you want. If roulette is your thing and you like to gamble and it's fun, hey, I say go for it. But I don't like fooling with that. What I like to do is just be able to come to the old legacy storage facility and go, oh yeah, let's see, what do we got? Oh, there's one with a yellow on it. I'll just go with that. And that's what I'm doing. See, I'm replacing all of the ones. I used to have nothing but greens in here. Now, I'm getting more and more yellows. Like there's one, there's one, and a lot of these other items. And so, I don't think I have anything. Nope, not in there. So, these things can benefit you, and especially on these guys right here. You're going to get a lot of this kind of stuff. So, hang on to the ones that are yellow. Sell all the rest of them. Now, even if your character can't use it, think about it for a second. Do I have somebody else in my group, or in my character group, my legacy, if you will, that can use this? Hang on to it and then swap them out. If you got somebody like I do, my wife's the same way, you got a bunch of people playing, and you're going to finish this all out, you're going to get like 15 or 20 of these things in a week. It does not take but maybe about an hour and a half each day. You're relaxing a little bit, you're playing, and maybe you don't even play that much. You could get all of the characters in very short order to have everything they need, and then basically you're all set. And the beauty of that is it gives us what I like to refer to as nerf compatibility. Nerf compatibility. It's too bad I don't have that echo chamber thing set up so everybody can hear that. I turned that off, or they switched the thing on it. But they're going to nerf your character. I mean, they do that all the time. It's like something's happened. Somebody's like, you know what? That particular character class is just too strong. We need to set them back. Well, fine. So fine. They do that. Well, if you've got all 8 classes, or all however many classes, covered, and you got somebody in every one of these, then you can easily do whatever the best thing for the day is. Because guess what? About the time you get that figured out, they're going to nerf it too. So you might as well enjoy yourself on something different. Gives you a lot of insurance for that sort of thing. So hope that helps you. Probably cover a couple of different things on where to go to, because I did mention the Onderon weekly. I mentioned that you can load up on your weekly run, so you can do a number of different things to fill this up. I'm not going to cover it right now. and you can do a number of different things to. Well, of course, your guild. If you're in a guild that's doing this sort of thing, they will reach their goal, just like you did. And when they do on Tuesday, everybody gets paid, and so that's good for you. That's good for them, and you get to hang on to those things, and you get to move up another rung on the old ladder. So till next time, I guess this is going to be the end of it. Have a good one. Take care.